Watching and wondering. That has been my life the past 4.5 billion years. Watching and wondering. As you crawled, as you stumbled, as you walked. I will admit you were kind of boring for the first billion or so of those years. Bashing rocks together, running around, it was so tedious. Like, we get it. Fire is fun. But then, you learned to laugh. Then, you learned to make music. Then, you learned to make stories, so many stories. Painting them out on cave walls and scratching them into rocks, desperate that they outlive you, just by a little bit, to say that you were there. Who am I? Come on, you know this one. All you have to do is look up. I've been known by many names, many signs, many symbols, many of which even I've forgotten, and many stories have gone along with those names. Koyojalki by the Aztec, Artemis by the Greeks, Tsukiyomi by the Japanese, but for now, I go by Shiori Aika. Quite a few of those stories, I will admit, were from me. It gets so dull up here, what else is a moon goddess to do with her time but hand out dreams? Well, I suppose I'd be a goddess to you little humans, which you're fine to keep doing if you want. I'm not gonna stop you. But what I really am is a little more complicated. Thousands of years ago, before years had a name to define them, there was a matter floating in the endlessness of space. Cosmic dust bunnies at the whim of the universe. All it took was a spark to make us more than that, to make us planets. No one truly knows how we gained our sentience. I think we're all a little too scared to ask that question, in case we don't like the answer we find. Sol, the sun, was first, as he reminds everyone all the time. The flaming ball of gas at the center of it all. One by one, the others formed around his gravity. Jupiter, then Saturn, then Uranus, and, well, you get the idea. I was one of the youngest. The first child of Eva, or as you know her, Earth. I was struck from her surface, and became me. We were happy for a while. At least, that's what I thought when I was younger. In the way children always believe the universe to be fair and rewarding to good people for good things. I didn't understand the danger, didn't understand the wary looks and the cautious whispers, and the held tongues, all to make Sol happy. I did not understand that sometimes those who declare themselves heroes can more often than not be the villains. It wasn't until you humans came along that I realized something wasn't right. One day, Sol decided to hold a celebration over Eva's new creatures, the humans, by showering them with gifts through our power. One by one, we each gave gifts, thinking that they would bring only great things into the lives of humans. Little did we know that each one of these gifts had a dark and sinister cost, Sol's being the most catastrophic of them all. Sol may be the brightest of us all, and yet he casts the biggest and darkest of shadows. It is because of his so-called gift that I set out to challenge Sol and make him take it back. The battle was very close. However, in the end, I lost. I would have been more gravely injured if it wasn't for Eva stepping in and saving me. However, as a result of challenging Sol, I was sentenced to imprisonment upon my planetary surface, unable to leave or go anywhere. And so, I waxed, and waned, and dreamed. Waxed, and waned, and wondered. Waxed, and waned, and watched.